In tonight's story, we will go on a peaceful journey to a beautiful spa. We'll become more and more relaxed as we hear about the tranquil treatments and the soothing settings within the spa. I'm your narrator, Jessica Porter, and this is Relaxing at the Spa by Jillian Rogerson. My visit to a luxury spa begins when I'm collected from the station by a beautifully restored vintage car. The sun shines down on the burgundy paintwork of the vehicle, giving it a shimmering, burnished look. The smiling chauffeur takes my bag and opens the door for me. I slide onto the upholstered seat and settle back into the soft cushions. I let out a sigh of contentment. This spa break was something I'd booked on the spur of the moment a few weeks ago, and I almost changed my mind. I'm glad I didn't change my mind, though, because sometimes you need to step away from everyday life and have some time to yourself. The ride to the spa is a short one, and we're soon driving along the graveled drive which leads to the entrance. I hear the tires crunching on the pebbled texture of the road. We arrive at the spa and stop outside the beautiful building. The spa is set in a converted Edwardian mansion. It has tall windows set in golden-hued bricks and rows of chimneys on either side of the tiled roof. The main entrance comprises a set of double doors which open onto a series of wide stone steps. The driver opens the door for me and points me toward the reception area. He tells me my luggage will be placed in my room. I walk into the reception area and become aware of the aroma of relaxing scents. They envelop me like a softly perfumed cloud of tranquility. All thoughts of work and home melt from my mind. This is my time, a time to relax and unwind. I give my details to the woman behind the pale-colored desk. She has such a calm composure that I find myself relaxing even more. She confirms my pre-booked treatments and says I have time to relax in my room for a while before the first treatment begins. She hands me a key and gives me directions to my room. As I walk toward the elevator, I glance at the other people who are staying here. Many are dressed casually in fluffy white dressing gowns. Others are attired in loose, comfortable clothing. There's a low hum of conversation, and I see spa guests reclining on comfy-looking chairs and chatting with each other. I notice how relaxed everyone looks. The music inside the elevator is soothing and calm. Within minutes, I'm opening the door to my room. I enter the room and feel like I've stepped into another world, a world of comfort and relaxation, a place of calm and stillness. There's a 4-poster king-sized bed in the middle of the room, which is raised on a low platform. Pale blue curtains made from a diaphanous material are fastened to the posts by blue velvet ribbons. The thick bed cover is a delicate patchwork of white and blue squares. The plump pillows are covered in the same material. The soft colors remind me of a blue sky dotted with fluffy white clouds. On the other side of the room are 2 picture windows which give sweeping panoramic views of the gardens. I walk over to the windows and gaze at the manicured lawns, which are bordered in a rich variety of roses. Pathways meander through the gardens, and I see people walking leisurely along them. A yoga class is being held on a nearby lawn, and people are stretching their arms towards the sky. Their movements are sedate and measured. Benches are scattered throughout the gardens, an invitation to take a rest whenever a person needs one. As tempting as the gardens look, I resist for now, as there will be time for me to explore them later on. I take a more detailed look around my room. A pair of comfy armchairs are arranged around a small table. A fruit basket is on the table, and it's full of tempting treats. I notice my luggage has been placed in front of a large wardrobe, which has been painted in a delicate shade of duck egg blue. A dressing table holds complimentary bottles of water and a collection of snacks. The bathroom is huge. It has a double walk-in shower and a big bathtub, which looks very inviting. A selection of lotions and bathing accessories are lined up in a straw basket at the side of the bath. On the bathroom door hangs a pristine dressing gown. I touch it and feel the softness of the material. A light aroma of lavender drifts from the gown. Unable to resist, I change out of my clothes and into the dressing gown. I fasten the belt and feel snug and cozy in the fleecy fabric. It's time for my first treatment, so I leave my room and head toward the area where I'll be given a relaxing aromatherapy massage, followed by a soothing facial. I enter the room and I'm met by the beauty therapist who will be carrying out both treatments. She talks me through the process and then invites me to lie on the massage table. I lie down and sink into the soft covering. The lights are dimmed, and the relaxing sounds of nature come from somewhere within the room. A mixture of scents are used during the aromatherapy massage. Orange and bergamot, eucalyptus and tea tree, lavender and cedarwood. Each fragrance takes me deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. When the massage is over, my facial begins. It's just as restful as the massage and makes me feel light and pleasantly drowsy. A moisturizing face mask is applied, and the therapist leaves me alone for a while to allow my skin to absorb the nourishing cream. Within seconds, I fall into a light doze. A short time later, I'm awoken gently by the therapist, who smiles and tells me people often fall asleep during the treatment. My facial is soon completed, and I leave the room feeling relaxed and carefree. My next treatments are a few hours away, so I return to my room and collect my swimming costume. The pool at the spa is magnificent, and it's something I've been looking forward to ever since I booked my visit. When I arrive at the swimming area, I'm transported into a world of wonder. The enormous pool has been created in a series of curves and bends and looks like an enchanted lagoon. Raised rocks at the side of the pool have waterfalls cascading over them and into the water below. Pastel lights set within the surface of the tiled floor softly illuminate the water and add to the captivating atmosphere. I step into the pool and slowly lower myself into the warm water, letting it cover my body. Barely making a ripple, I begin to slowly swim through the balmy pool. I glide effortlessly through the warm water, becoming more and more relaxed. I notice a narrow lane of water leading away from the main pool. I swim along it, passing through a small tunnel that leads me outside and to a circular area set beneath a canopy of palm trees. I stop and rest my head back against the side of the pool. There's a distinct sound of birdsong, and a gentle breeze caresses my face. It's like I'm in a tropical paradise, and I've found a hidden oasis. I linger a while in my secret hideaway, savoring the tranquility and peace of my surroundings. Time passes slowly by, and presently it's time for me to get out of the pool. I swim back to the main area and climb the steps. I notice a row of arched machines near the changing rooms. I walk closer to them and see that they are actually body dryers. I read the instructions and learn that a person has to step onto the drying area beneath the arch, and they will soon be effortlessly dry. Having never heard of such a thing, let alone used one, it's too good an opportunity to pass up. Somewhat bemused, I step under the arch and press a button. Warm currents of air flow from the vents within the structure. I'm surrounded in a balmy breeze and feel like I'm outside on a delightfully gusty summer's day. Very soon, and with no effort on my part, I am completely dry. Once dressed, I head to the restaurant and have a light lunch of crisp salad leaves, plump tomatoes, and crunchy vegetables, followed by a mixed berry compote. I have some leisure time before my next treatment, so I go into the gardens and begin to wander along a winding path. The sun is shining, and only a few clouds drift across the blue sky. Birds chirp cheerfully from the treetops. Bumblebees buzz as they flit from flower to flower. The path takes me into a flower garden, and I find myself surrounded by fragrant blossoms in full bloom. Hints of roses and lilies scent the air. Butterflies rest on the open petals of sunflowers. Their wings are a kaleidoscope of bright colors. I wander through the gardens for a while longer, enjoying the feeling of the sun on my skin and the smooth path beneath my feet. It's time for my next spa appointment, so I head back into the main building and towards the room where my pedicure and manicure will take place. When I arrive, I'm shown to a comfy chair and asked to sit down. As with my previous treatments, the therapist explains what's going to happen and that she'll start with the pedicure. A foot spa is brought close to me. I dip my feet into the warm water. A few drops of chamomile essential oil are added to the foot spa, and its soothing scent rises. I gently inhale it. I soak my feet for a while, enjoying the feeling of the warm, scented water covering them. A few minutes later, I'm asked to take my feet out. Once they are dry, the therapist encases them in a soft clay mask. I tell her I've had beauty masks on my face before, but never one on my feet. She replies it's the height of luxury and will ensure I receive some complimentary sachets to take home with me. I recline in my chair and let the clay mask work its magic. Minutes pass and the mask is removed. An application of nail polish completes my pedicure. My manicure is next. My hands are gently massaged and then covered in another clay mask. When it's time to pick a shade of nail varnish, I go for the same color as the one on my toes. Feeling even more relaxed than I thought possible, I leave the treatment room and walk toward the large conservatory at the rear of the building. I enter the conservatory and feel warm air on my skin. There's a wooden pathway just inside the entrance. I walk along it. Small trees and shrubs line the path, and I gently inhale the scent of the varied leaves. I detect the aroma of pine and fern. The path meanders through the trees. I hear the sound of falling water and see a waterfall further along the path. The water flows into a river below it. Bird song fills the air, and looking upwards, I see the bright colors of a parrot who is sitting snugly on a branch. I walk on and venture around a bend in the path. A cluster of large sofas are lined up on a raised platform. Each one has a canopy over its top half to give added privacy. The sofas are too inviting to pass by. I walk to the furthest one and settle myself onto the comfy cushions. I sink delightfully into the sumptuous fabric and let out a small sigh of satisfaction. I close my eyes and listen to the melody around me. The river bubbling over the rocks. The flow of the waterfall and the sound it makes when it meets the river. Different birds calling out to each other in a variety of tunes. Some whistle, whilst others chirp and sing. The surrounding sounds combine to make a soothing lullaby. I feel restful and at peace. So very tranquil and relaxed. I stay for a while in the conservatory and listen to the pleasing sounds. Well-being flows through me. A gentle smile rests on my face. Sometime later, I rouse myself and stroll back along the meandering wooden path. The joyful sound of singing birds accompanies my every step. I return to my room and take my time unpacking my bag. It's soon time for dinner, and as it's a more formal affair, I change out of my dressing gown and into the outfit I brought with me. A long silk dress in a pale shade of jade and hemmed with tiny emerald sequins. I make my way to the dining room. I'm shown to a table which is partly occupied by other guests. Introductions are made, and we soon start up a conversation about the spa and the treatments on offer. Everyone is relaxed and content. My food soon arrives, a lightly poached piece of salmon, complete with sautéed potatoes and steamed vegetables. The dessert is locally made ice cream, topped with a salted caramel sauce. The meal leaves me feeling satisfyingly full. After everyone has finished eating, I say goodbye and head to the reception area. There is one last treatment on my list for the day, and I've been told to meet my guide at the main desk. A few others join me, and we talk about the upcoming event. A man appears dressed in a full-length, light-colored tunic. His smile is easy and friendly. He confirms he will be our guide and will lead us on a moonlit meditation through the gardens. We follow our guide out of the main doors and towards a smooth path at the side of the building. Swaths of mauve and indigo wash across the twilight sky. There's a hint of a rose hue on the horizon. A dusting of twinkling stars are visible and look like diamonds cast across a velvet blanket. The moon is full and bright and enhances the magical feeling of the evening. In the distance, I hear the hooting of an owl. Our guide takes us along the lantern-lit path. The scents of night fill the air. A breeze travels over me, still warm from daylight hours. We are taken through an avenue of trees and into a clearing where a fire has been lit. Chairs are placed around the fire. We are invited to sit down. Once everyone is seated, our guide leads us through a simple meditation which centers on the breath. I take a deep inhale through my nose and breathe out through my mouth. In and out. In and out. Our guide says we can close our eyes or keep them open and gaze softly at the fire. I keep my eyes open and soon become entranced by the flickering flames of the fire and how they look as if they're dancing. Different colors move through the flames, orange and red, yellow and amber. It's quite beautiful. In the background, I hear the whisper of leaves as they rustle in the wind. I glance at my fellow meditators and notice how the flickering flames are reflected on their relaxed faces. Time slows down. There is nowhere else for me to be, and nothing else to do. just being in the present moment. Sometime later, we are gently brought out of our meditative states and escorted back to the hotel. Good nights are exchanged, and we go our separate ways. I enter my room. The sight of my bed is a welcome one. I change into my night clothes, get into bed, and snuggle down under the soft blankets. I close my eyes, remembering my meditation practice. I take some deep breaths in and out, in and out, in and out. I am snug and cozy in my warm bed. Relaxed and at peace. Delightful drowsiness flows through me. I drift deeper and deeper into relaxation. Deeper and deeper. I softly fall asleep.